Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Zach, also known as Pulpy Syntax, and today we'll be watching Nikocado Avocado. So to preface this, Nikocado I found at the same time as Amberlynn Reid. It was specifically around the time that The Right Opinion had done their documentary about Anne Boleyn, and Nikocado was kind of in conversation with her as well, speaking on mukbangs and that culture on YouTube. There's a lot to say about Nick. He has five YouTube channels. I do not follow everything that he does, just his primary channel. Recently there's been a spat of drama with himself and Orlin, his husband. I am of the firm opinion that domestic violence and domestic abuse shouldn't be championed in any way, and having it monetized on YouTube is just really problematic. Even if it all is for show, having watched a lot of his content, so there is a lot of violence, and my opinion is that that's a breach of terms of service, and absolutely shouldn't be rewarded. It's my opinion. But today we're looking at a video that he posted earlier this week, which is his 10,000 calorie challenge. He does go into the video saying that he's done this before. I thought it would be interesting because 10,000 calories is not often seen at once, I guess. Absolutely, like, do people eat it every day? Absolutely. But we'll discuss that a little bit more in the video. And here we go.
Hey everyone, it's me, Nick Avocado.
Hi Nick. I have sped him up to 1.2 only because it is a half an hour video. He does already speak quite fast, and in this video he does speed up his eating segment, so we don't have to watch that with great focus. Apologies if it's pause heavy.
Oh, your favorite train wreck of YouTube. Today, we are going to do something special. So today is a brand new day, very special, because we are going to be doing the 10,000 calorie challenge, which I haven't done for over 2 years. I've done this twice before.
That's frightening. Does everyone else see what we're seeing here? So 3 years ago, he did a 10,000 calorie challenge twice, both on his main channel. One of them got quite a lot of views. He looks like a different person. It's plain as day. He just looks like a completely different person, and you have to be aware enough to recognize that, surely.
I'm sure you've seen them. They got millions of views, but A, I didn't get monetized because I used copyright music. Oopsie doopsie. I had a lot to learn over the years about copyright. B, I was like 100 pounds skinnier.
100. So if I rough that down to what, like 45 kilos lighter, it looks like there's more weight to him. That might be just because he carries it quite forward and in his face. I think his last weigh-in was like 320-ish pounds. I'll try not to go into like weight loss discussion too much with Nick, because it doesn't seem to be a focus of his content. He does bring it up now and then, but it's definitely not a focus. It is much more about mukbangs than eating. But yeah, just looking at those side by sides, it looks like a different person. And that's what happens when you gain or lose weight. You know, you lose a lot of familiarity in your features, and you know, obviously it's a negative here, my opinion.
I decided I need to do an updated version for you guys now that I'm over 300 pounds. Yay! Click the link down below to follow me on Patreon for mukbangs and drama not allowed on YouTube. Must be 18 years or older. Link below.
Yeah, see, I'm not big on on following what happens on Twitter and Instagram and his Patreon, because get you going. So it really doesn't affect me. What affects it doesn't affect, but what I see is a lot more of YouTube content, which is the way that I consume the majority of my media. So it is always interesting when you see the things happening outside of this lens.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So let's do this as a 300-pound man. Ooh, but it's just water weight. It's just water, okay? Now, today, it's not gonna be like a mukbang.
So water weight is obviously his brand, so much so that he has merch about it. That feels weird. Water weight is absolutely a thing. A lot of the time we refer to water weight in terms of quick weight loss when you're doing when you have an immediate change of diet, you dehydrate. You can dehydrate. Sorry, and that is literally the cells within your body releasing hydration. I'm not a scientist, but yes, you can. So as you dehydrate, you lose a lot of water from your body. The problem is he's not recognizing the fact that it's not water weight, Nick. It's not. It's fat. Your fat cells have multiplied and grown, and that's just what that is. So I don't know whether or not this is him telling himself, oh, it's just water weight and I can lose it in a week, or it's just for show on the camera. I believe that he's much more knowledgeable about food than he often lets on. He wants to sell his shirts. That's what that is.
I sit and talk, because imagine me sitting and talk, because I talk a lot. Imagine me sitting and talking through 24 hours worth of eating. I've tried to do probably at least 3 big meals, maybe 4. I remember I did this in Colombia 2 years ago.
Oh, so he's not sitting down and eating 10,000 calories at once. Okay, well that's slightly better than what I thought it was going to be.
And this is a hard challenge, because I actually do it. There's so many people that clickbait this title, and they just, they put a bunch of food down, they take a couple bites, they eat about 1,000 or 2,000 calories, and they say, oh, I give up.
Eating about 1,000 or 2,000 calories is still a lot of food. For a lot of people, that's what they live on. I recently, in September, did the Act for Peace challenge, which is raising money for refugees, for Syrian refugees who are currently in camps in Georgia. And yeah, so their average caloric intake from their ration boxes is about 1,700 calories a day. It does seem like a lot, and that's because it is, but the quality of the calories isn't great. There's lentils and chickpeas and brown rice and things in there, but for me, that is not enjoyable for 7 days. Especially when you limit things like salt and spices. My body went from being high protein, high fat to high carb, and I didn't react very well to it. I ironically held a lot of water. So yeah, even when you put it into that perspective, you're eating 8 times the amount a refugee would be eating. It is a lot of food, and when you kind of dismiss 1,000 to 2,000 calories like it's nothing, depending on the quality of the calorie, yes, absolutely, that can be nothing. But for you can make that last an entire day. What are you talking about?
Or there's people that they say they do it, but they're really not eating as much as they should. You have to do it. Not
eating as much as they should. Is Nick Ocado the grand poobah of what is a mukbang and what isn't? I feel like that's like been his previous attitude, is that I'm the most popular mukbang, I'm the most watched. I Americanized this. Interesting.
Unless you're a food competitive eater, it's a very hard challenge, and I actually did, and I'm not a competitive eater. I'm just, an eater. I just like to eat, I'm a fat boy. I'm a chubby boy that likes cake. Actually,
I'm also a fat boy. I'm also a chubby boy who likes cake. Perhaps in my past, there have definitely been days where I've eaten 10,000 calories, perhaps subconsciously. Perhaps it was really bad and I just wanted to treat myself. This is the way I kind of framed everything. I don't know. I don't have a kind of 0 or 100% mentality in this. There are elements that I think shouldn't be monetized and are bad. There are elements that say, it's a free media. You can do what you want with it. Maybe we'll investigate that as this video progresses.
I don't like cakes, but I thought today we could do donuts. You guys know I never do donuts. I thought it would help get some calories in. I don't know, but it's gonna be exciting.
Oh, donuts will.
So, I think I'm gonna fast forward my eating so you can see that I'm eating it. Not super fast, so, and I'll find some royalty-free music from the YouTube audio library that I can use. I'll make it fun. Maybe I'll do voiceovers. People like my voice. And, yeah, I am so excited. Okay, can you sing my intro song with me? It's been a rocky couple weeks on this YouTube channel with, the haters and people coming for me. So I
Why people coming for him? I need to find this drama. I mean, the only reason I would come for Nikocado Avocado would be monetized violence. That would be it. Like this, I don't care if he's making a fool of himself eating on camera. The care that I take away from this is any negative influence that may come about from this behavior. Normalizing eating this poorly, I'm quite grateful that I didn't have mukbangs to watch when I was younger. I already had my own eating issues when I was like 9 through 18, which influenced my adult life. But I'm not a parent, but I would be interested to see how, okay, so rewind. So this theory in media studies called the hypodermic effect, which is not proven, but it was a school of thought. A lot of the time, I think it was when television first came out, which is where you see something on the screen and you are directly influenced by it. So they call it a hypodermic effect because it's like a needle. Like, here is a piece of media, bang straight in your bloodstream. You now believe or will act on 100% of what you're being shown. It was quickly disproven, obviously, but it was a fear that a lot of people had, would happen. With the rise of social media, you can follow one individual and consume so much product because that's how the system is devised, and you can consume their entirety every day for 24 hours. I'm really interested to see what the impact of that is on developing minds. And looking back at how influential I was as a teenager, I think I would be in a much more dangerous place if this had been normalized for me. Things like eating competitions, like, they existed, but and perhaps they were glorified, but not to the extent that social media allows us to glorify content makers now.
Here, let's sing my intro song, which is the classic, which will be coming out on now shortly, so stay tuned. We're back home, and shoot-doo, we're home, hello, we're home, and shoot-doo, we're home, hello, and this is Hot and Stevie, cause we're eating 10,000 calories.
I don't think he should sing this without food in front of him, because it doesn't have the right context.
Yes! Well, that's what I do. I will. And I actually, speaking of water weight, yesterday I had a lot of salty food. I've been trying to have potassium to pump it out. Mm-hmm. I went on the treadmill for an hour. Gosh, my knees are about to buckle as I even sit.
Red flags. Red flags everywhere. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of treadmills. I understand kind of like the shame mentality of, I don't want to go outside, I don't want to be seen. But there is truth in that. If you're out there huffing and puffing and sweating and like getting a workout in, the majority of people will look at you and not care. Like, they won't remember you 30 seconds after they've walked past you. But any movement is good movement, and well, not any, but not always good. Any movement is beneficial to you within safety confines, and I'm jealous that he has a treadmill. I mean, I still get 30 minutes to an hour of walking in every day, but a treadmill, just seems like you can control a lot more of your environment in that. So, if it's hot, you can put air conditioning on. You always have water with you. You could set up something to watch. But, getting outside, getting vitamin D, fresh air, great for mental health, all of that.
You're going to give out one day. Oh. And I feel sodium on my lips. Like, I feel my lips are salty. That's how much salt. So I will be...
That seems dangerous. I mean, I definitely feel like crystallized salt on my skin, not necessarily my lips. But after sweating a lot, and I'm a sweaty bear, like I know what that feels like. But just on your lips would be a strange phenomena.
Exercise in between. I figured it would be fun to show you guys. I will be having fiber, probably lots of greens, very low calorie, high potassium foods like pumpkin. I know what I'm doing. I'm actually very smart when it comes to nutrition. I know more about nutrition than you think. So I will be showing you what I do. So this is also good. This is a different video of mine. I know you're all used to the sit-down mukbangs, the sit-down fighting with Orlin, the sit-down crying on camera and stuffing my face and talking about whatever comes to mind. This is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be like vlogs mixed with edits and music and really exciting stuff. So I think you're gonna love this video. And real quick, I know I probably had something flash up. I did start a Patreon account. So thank you to everyone who's hopped on over. I just started a couple days ago and I already have a little community. Now it's first come, first serve. All right, these are limited seats available because...
And they're limited because you limit them. Like that is a sales tactic. The fear of missing out is real. Does anyone fear missing out on Nick Ocato's Patreon content? I mean, the sad thing about the way that things like Patreon and OnlyFans work is that even in their terms of service, it says this is not yours to redistribute. You cannot leak it, but people are going to for problematic influences.
I get a lot of hate on the internet. I get a lot of hate on 5, 6 channels. I'm one of the hardest working YouTubers in terms of being consistent, up in my hustle, and giving you something every single day on one of my channels. You can't say that about a lot of YouTubers. And I put up with the hate and the meanness, even the criticism, which is, valid, here and here and here.
He's recognizing that he receives valid criticism. I will champion this forever. I still don't understand how he and his partner can violently act towards each other and still receive monetization on this platform. It's bonkers.
And Instagram and Twitter, and I need a space where it's the people who really enjoy me and want to support me.
Okay, so he wants to create his own echo chamber, his own bubble where he doesn't have to hear the criticism. And I'm sure, considering he's spreading his content out across 5, 6 channels, he's not reading every comment and he's not open to that criticism. And I mean, being that big, you probably wouldn't want to for the sake of your own mental health as well. But he can't be that ignorant to believe that he's infallible, that he's untouchable when it comes to criticism in his content.
Help me out a little bit extra because YouTube doesn't like my content sometimes, okay? But also I can do things on there that I don't have to censor my curse words. I don't even have to have clothes. It's great. So it's an 18 and older Instagram, Patreon as well. So anyways, let's get started with the show. So check that out, link down below. But yeah, let's get started with the show. I think that, I want to have a ginormous spread and then things that are easily reheated. This is what I did in Colombia because it was pretty much impossible to go out over and over and over because I was in a third world country. And I kind of like that system because what I did was get things that reheat really.
So don't go out and get takeout. I mean, he said in the past that he really hates cooking. So the majority of his mukbangs are either instant or takeaway. Yeah. Again, I'm coming at this from the angle of weight loss. And he does cry a lot about putting on weight, but it just never seems like he wants to act on it. And then he'll say, oh, well, I have to do these mukbangs because this is my income. And it's like, well, your income's coming from Patreon and this and other sources and merch and things like that. Like you could pivot your content, even if it wasn't 100% of the content, you could pivot, and say, oh, this one channel or 20% of my content is going to be me learning to cook. Like, cooking is a fundamental skill and I really enjoy watching people do it and get into it. And it's so beneficial for from a diet perspective, right? So for people like this who don't like cooking and probably have never really experimented or put the time into learning, it would be so interesting to watch like a 30-minute vlog of him learning how to cook X or learning X skill, or whatever. Keep your mukbangs if you want, but just vary up your content.
Well, pizza, donuts, which don't need to be reheated. Try to stay from the French fries unless I'm eating them right away, and do things that are soft and doughy that can be
Try and stay away from French fries because they're not good for you as well.
plopped in the steamer or the microwave or the air fryer. Fried chicken will last really, really well.
Or you could learn to fry your own chicken.
Things like French fries, except for Checkers. We might go to Checkers. I figure I'll show you. But yeah, I want to have a big old spread, and then I'll be dividing up into different mukbangs and putting the actual content on all of my other channels. Yeah. But then the actual feast, the 10,000 calorie challenge, which we will accomplish together, will be here. So I'm done chit-chatting. It's been a good 5-6 minutes of my intro. So let's go get the scale. Let's weigh myself. For the last time I did this 10,000 calorie challenge, oh my god, I look like a different person.
Yeah.
But hey, some people like the boys thicker at the club. The thicker at the club, and they drop it.
I'm not here to body shame. Whatever floats your boat. We will discuss healthy at every size at some point. I hope Nick is not on that wavelength. Be whatever size you want. The only one who will realistically, the most impacted person will be you. It's hard to take anything seriously if you're crying about your weight gain and saying you want to lose weight and then doing this.
At the club, and they drop it down to the club. And they like the thick boys. Okay, let me get the scale. And here's my body. Actually, I'm not as big as I usually am. I usually look like I'm a little pregnant. The double chin does pop out. But I still got that cute little teddy boy chubby face. Okay, so,
That's interesting. I have felt the same way in the past, and I've made similar assertions to say, oh, well, everything from the neck down looks awful, but neck up, like I'm... like a 6 at least. It softens the blow, right? Because it's you telling yourself, oh well, everything's not so bad, but from experience, it just could be so much better.
Here's my scale back here. There's nothing in my pockets. There's nothing on my feet. Okay, I'm wearing all black. How professional. So let's stand on and hear what she says.
Also for me, I don't weigh myself with clothes only because I'm a little bit numbers focused. And I get he's doing it for on camera, so that makes sense. But I just think he could set it up better so that he could get a more realistic reading. If that's important, I don't know.
318.4 318 pounds. Did you hear that thing? She says, I'm ready for operation. She says this all the time. And I'm thinking like, yes, please, I need a chin lipo. That would be great, honey. Okay, so.
I think there's more. I mean, if you want, I've not really explored the thought of weight loss surgery, only because I'm a little bit stubborn and think I can do everything myself. Yeah, I think a double chin reduction may be like lower on the priorities list for Mr. Avocado.
Getting out of breath just from standing. We are gonna go and start getting the food together. I might vlog a little bit of it, but can't really hear. Well, we'll see. Okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't film any of that for you. I should have, but I was actually having a very nice bonding time with Orlin. So that's kind of a nice little change. We're trying to work things out, but let's not talk about him today. We're gonna talk about eating.
No.
And so it's so funny walking up the stairs. People are like, oh, they must be having a party. No party, you guys. It's just me. It's a party of one. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. So I went to McDonald's to look at the grease that came out of these quarter pounders with cheese. Look at that bottom. It reminds me of Five Guys. Did not go to Five Guys. I haven't been impressed with their burgers for a while. They used, I don't know, at least the ones near me, they don't ham it up like ass for lots of ingredients. And I really want Chick-fil-A, but I'm kind of a little ticked off they didn't respond to not having half my order in the bag. Okay, so I got KFC.
Also, like, they're a problematic company, right? Like, maybe don't support them.
We got original and
especially as a member of a community that's directly impacted by their shitty behavior.
crispy today, but only dark meat because that's my favorite. I like the lower end of the chicken, okay? Just like if, you know, if I was a chicken, you were gonna eat this, the lower end tastes better. Ooh, that sounds wrong. Oh, wait, that sounds really inappropriate. I went to Sonic and I put these in here because they were falling over. We got some tater.
This is a weird thing as well. Like I haven't really been a big fast food goer for a number of years. It's strange why you would go to more than one, right? Like you could pretty much get whatever in one place. Why go to multiple? Yeah.
Tots. Ah! I'm so excited. I hope this is enough food. Orlin says this is way more than 10,000 calories. I just kept ordering and ordering. I got a large french fry and a small mac and cheese. I got another bucket of chicken. So right there is like 3,000 calories. But you guys. Oh, hey, Orlin, where's the donuts? I got donuts, you guys. I went to Zaxby's. You guys know, shout out to Zaxby's. They don't get enough recognition on the internet. If they're watching this video, someone hook me up with their corporate. Oh, thank you. I eat it all the time, and I just have nothing bad to say about them. Oh, I went to Subway. I got a Subway sandwich. Thank you, Orlin. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. I know, shocker. I haven't had donuts for years. You guys are going to enjoy watching this so much.
Spoiler alert. I won't enjoy watching this.
How do I open this? Oh! And it's a cheap way to get calories. I mean, this...
He's saying it like it's... I understand that this is the goal and purpose for the video, but he's saying it like he's a winner. Like this is cheap. This is a great way to do this. Big fan of moderation. You want to eat a donut every now and then? Great. If you plan on eating an entire box of 12 donuts by yourself, maybe less great.
I mean, this is a lot of calories for very inexpensive compared to all the other food that I'm gonna... They actually...
Great, but so is like just eating straight butter. Like it's not... This is enjoyable. This is creating dopamine for you in whatever way. Man, after this, I'm gonna go eat like a plate of chicken and veg. I miss this food. I do, and that's an emotional connection that I have to food, which when you say it out loud is crazy. I miss refined sugars and white carbohydrates and all of those things. But, you know, there are literally food scientists who design menu items to be craveable, to be moreish. I don't know if I want to say addictive because, you know, that opens a whole argument of, well, I'm an addict to this food, you know, therefore there's nothing I can do about it. Ugh.
Do smell good. Oh my god, we're gonna get diabetes today. I'm so excited. Okay.
And that's not funny. Like, coming from a family who has a history of diabetes, and fortunately I don't, yeah, getting diabetes is not like a fun goal to have. It's like saying, hooray, I'll eat this and, you know, heart disease will be on my way.
Let's put this down over here. Yeah. And I also, that's not everything. I also got 50 donut holes. I got so many flavors. We got pumpkin pie. We got jelly infused. I'm actually kind of excited. But this will be toward the end of the day probably because, you know, they're cold. They don't have to be heated. I want to eat the things that have to be eaten now. So, Zaxby's, absolutely love. I got cheese curds. And they gave me extra cheese curds, which was really nice of them. You know what's so funny? Because the last time I had Zaxby's, I remember I opened it up and I'm like, that's it for a large? They probably saw it and they're like, uh-oh. I have nothing but good things. That's rare. You know, I mean, I haven't been to that many Zaxby's in the world. They have great cheese curds. I call them cheese curds. They call them cheese bites. They're good, and their french fries and their chicken is, oh my god, knocks everyone else out of the park. I got some cheesy bread, some sauces in here. Here's the Sonic. Okay, one thing about Sonic that I don't like is their packaging. When you get this, I just threw away, I don't need to show you, but when you get this, it's covered, I do need to show you actually, because I need to make a point. I'm gonna show you right now actually, because I'm gonna make a point to everybody. This is, I stopped going to Sonic for a number of reasons. The people at my local Sonic are kind of mean. You know, actually the guy today was very nice. Okay, so they come in these, right? These little aluminum pouches, and they slide right inside like this. they slide inside and it gets covered up. Well, with the heat and the condensation and the moisture and the air pressure difference, they start drooping down on top of the chili. And then as they start cooling off, they get stuck to the wrapper. So when you come home to open it and you try to take it out, all of the sauce, all of the cheese, all of the chili gets stuck on the aluminum.
I'm going to make the argument and say that fast food packaging and fast food itself is primarily not designed to be hoarded and then transported however long to a home. Like, so much of this is designed for you to eat in your car or eat like on a park bench or whatever. So that sounds like an inconvenience for you, Nick. But you did visit 7 takeaway joints in your haul.
You pull it out and they're just naked and they're all stuck in here. You can see a little bit of what I'm talking about already. So let me open it up, show you. Okay, so this is very minimal, you guys, at the top, very minimal. But that's because immediately when I got these, I said, Orland, take them out of the bag, take them out of the bag. Because not only that, but they stack them and then put these on top to press them down. I'm like, I mean, this is wasteful, I know. Being human is a wasteful experience. We gotta chop trees down and stuff. I know, it sucks.
Then eat Whole Foods. Your waste imprint would be substantially smaller if you didn't buy takeaway every day. And you guess what, Nick? You don't have to buy takeout every day. You choose to.
But that's also like, oh my god, it happens all the time with their hot dogs. So that's why these look like this. They aren't packaged because I took them out. Oh yeah, KFC. But then I went to Taco Bell, everybody, and I got a 12 packer. So we got 12 soft and 12 hard.
Taco Bell. 8.
I'm trying to decide what I want to eat first because, again, I got mostly things, anything French fry based I will be eating immediately, like over here. Because French fries, especially McDonald's, I have to eat them right away. Right away. And the chicken.
In Australia, we call it Macca's. Do enjoy a McDonald's French fry, particularly with sweet and sour sauce. I feel like that's a very, like, Australian thing.
Nuggets. Trying to think because everything else can be. Oh, and then I got 2 large pizzas. They're over here. We got pepperoni from Little. Oh my gosh, you guys! Little Caesars is my favorite.
That pizza is going to have like 2,000 to 3,000 calories in it just by itself. Like, you could do this challenge by eating 3 pizzas, which it sounds like a lot, but for an ex-fat, you know, you could definitely do it in a day.
Like chain pizza place these days. The dough is soft and chewy. Oh, does that say support our oh no, I thought it said support our mail service. There's been a lot of drama about our mail service. I haven't been keeping up, but you know, there's some things, you know, we shouldn't mess with. Our mail. No. Okay, so and then that.
Yeah, don't mess with like national mail. Support it. It's a system that is important. Like every country has one, right? Like not, I don't know whether or not every country has a nationally organized postal service or if some of them have moved to like full privatization. Poor America.
That's it. Oh, and then it's not enough food. Oh, okay. So I'm also going to do Cheetos, Doritos. I think I have Pringles left. If I don't, that doesn't matter. I have noodles. Because I spent, you know, over $100 on this food already. And I'm like, oh.
So $100 would be, I don't know what the exchange rate is. Maybe 150 Australian, maybe 200 Australian. I don't think the exchange is that bad at the moment. That's an obscene amount of money to spend on food for one individual, in my opinion. I budget for about $50 to $75 a week for my food, and that's primarily whole food. So eating a lot of chicken and veggies and eggs. My God, with that amount of money, it makes me a little sad.
Chips. This has to be more than 10,000 calories.
Yes,
Once I start editing this video for you, I will be showing like how many calories this is as I eat. I'll make a cute little sign or something.
Okay.
But the donuts alone, I mean 12. Hey Siri, how many calories are in 12 Dunkin' Donuts?
Okay, I found it.
I'd say like
12 Dunkin' Donuts. Let's see here. Not all donuts are the same. Da, da, da. So they say about 300 calories per donut. What's 300 times 12? Hey Siri, what's 300 times 12?
600.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I wouldn't know whether or not that's like their like cinnamon sugar donuts, which we would call original, or you know the glaze obviously adds a whole heap of sugar and calories, and then I don't think and the stupid bites he said were flavored as well.
That's 3,500 calories. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna eat the pizzas. I mean, these are 2,000 each. This is well over. This is nearly 1,000 calories. This sub sandwich.
Yeah. So interesting point of contention about Subway. Their bread was found to be labeled confectionery recently. Like it can't be called bread anymore because it's got like a disproportionately high amount of sugars compared to what we refer to as bread. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with Subway. I guess maybe they'll just refer to everything as subs now instead of what bread would you like.
This is well over 10,000 calories. So I will be eating until I'm full, and I'll be keeping track as the day goes on. So without further ado, let's get the big display ready, and let's begin the challenge. Yay! Here we go.
Yay.
1, 2, 3. Bam! Oh my god. I can't even fit everything on the camera, you guys. So I have my 12-piece donuts over here, which, by the way, this is like 3,000 calories alone. This is well over 10,000 calories. I know it's crazy. I've had spreads like this before. This is not anything new to me. And, well, that's how I got to 300 pounds.
Red flags.
That way, am I so fit? No. Oh, I did, yes.
Click the link down below to follow my Cameo, where I will make a special video just for you. We can also message each other too.
Did I get
Link
one?
below.
Here I have 50 delicious looking donut holes, and I got pumpkin and all this chocolate and powdered and cream filled jelly
great.
and chocolate and vanilla. I'm actually very excited for these donuts. And then I have 2 types of chicken. We got my fried chicken and my original chicken. We have 6 tacos hard.
I don't think I've spoken about this before, but feeling excited about food is something that I had to work on a lot. I had to recognize that my excitement should be for the company that I'm enjoying while I'm eating, or it should be about understanding that it is a basic human urge to, I am hungry, I need something in my stomach. Not, oh, I can't wait to finish work so that I can get a pie and a liter of iced coffee. Yeah. Recognizing and separating those emotions was quite important for me. I can understand why you would be excited about this spread. I still look at this and think I would destroy this. I would very much enjoy this. But I also know that it would make me feel really bad.
6 tacos soft. We got my extra large French fry. We got 2 large pizzas. We got this here is Sonic, whatchamacallit, those tots, which are right here as well. 3 quarter pounders with cheese. We got, which didn't make the cut. It's over here. We got some, I'll show you.
To tell the world how fat I was at one stage. Religiously, when I'd go out and drink every weekend, I would, me and my friend would get full pounders at McDonald's, which would be a 4-patty quarter pounder, just smashed together. Ew.
We have some French fries from KFC, which are absolutely delicious. They are so, so good. And then we got some crazy bread, cheese stuffed crazy bread. And then we also got a foot-long sub.
Just one though.
And also we also have a 20-piece chicken nugget, 20. And I have some more over here of those tater tots that are cheese-filled, cheese-loaded. We're back home, that you do. We're
now
home,
the song is
hello, we're
appropriate.
back home. We're home, hello, and this is hot and steamy, 'cause I love cheese, dun-dun, I love cheese, dun-dun. Yes, I do have my cheese, Those cheese curds from Zaxby's are so good. Well, now that I have my setup done, yay, I'm so excited. Now I'm gonna start eating, and we're gonna get that calorie counter started. So let's start with some McDonald's and things that I wanna eat first.
Sure.
Maybe some crispy chicken, maybe some original, and we'll get started with the show. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bam! I said bam! And I said where with my chopsticks. I'm so upset.
upset.
I hate being this fat. I hate being this fat.
Then don't eat this. You can't out-train a bad diet. The bad diet is what is making you fat. Don't put it in your mouth.
but I don't even know what to do. I don't even know. Do you know what to do? I don't know what to do. Do you know?
Yeah, stop eating like this, Nick. Go on a diet. Go and see someone. If it's a nutritionist, if it's a therapist, if it's someone who can help you plan a diet, that would be a great first start. Stop eating like this.
It says go on a diet. I am.
Yeah, so we can argue about the definition of what a diet is. Diet meaning what is consumed by an individual. So you can say their diet is poor, their diet is good, or their diet involves this list of food. Technically, he's not wrong. He is on a diet. We are all on a diet. But we, in common vernacular, we use the term diet to mean a restriction of some kind, or a category of eating, something like keto or Atkins or whatever. Yeah. In that context, you are not on a diet. You have a diet. I definitely don't think you're on a structure or an eating plan or anything like that. I haven't changed any of these edits ever since I set up 1.2.
Now, do I count the ranch for the calories?
Absolutely, you count the ranch for the calories, because I think in one of those tubs it's either 40 or 60 or 80, something around there, calories. I'm a big proponent for everything that you put in your mouth, you count. So, you know, even if you have a sugar-free Coke, even if you have whatever, anything that you consume, you should be able to track, because for me, it's very helpful to be able to look back and say, oh, okay, why did I eat so much on this day? This is why. Okay, great. Let's not have that in the house anymore or whatever. I'm going to give him a piece of credit and say he drinks water, which is great. He's not drinking like a big gulp or a Slurpee or something with what I consider wasted calories in it. So it looks like his calorie consumption is just from this crazy amount of fried and saturated fat foods.
Excuse me.
Ew. A double ew?
I'm allergic.
No, I don't think you are.
I'm allergic. My body is rejecting. Oh my god, I'm literally crying. Look, real tears. You don't see that a lot from me. Oh, my body is instant reject.
He said it. Also, it looks like that lettuce has not been washed. So, like, he's just eating it like an unwashed apple. You could peel the, like, if Nick, if you're listening, go take that lettuce, wash it, cut the bud off, peel it out, make a salad. I mean, even if you're just going to eat lettuce leaves, which I don't particularly enjoy, some people find it like refreshing, kind of like celery, romaine hearts, or cos lettuce. They make great like replacements for tacos or wraps or things like that. So, you know, like I make a turkey mince-based sunchoy bao, which is delicious, and I use romaine hearts as a delivery mechanism.
So, I'm actually holding I'm holding my vegetable a little bit funny right now because I just got done doing number 2. I was in the bathroom. What happened was, I went onto the bathroom to do number 2. And number 2, if you know what I mean, into the toilet bowl.
I'm not against talking about bodily functions. It's fine. When we discuss it in the same way as eating, it can be a little bit like cringy and what many consider gross. It's a bodily function. If he wants to talk about it, fine.
And what happened was my number 2 was not a normal number 2. Big and lots of volume and fluffy and not hydrated. No, these were dehydrated, skinny little torpedoes. Little snakes, little torpedoes that you see in World War II. And Honolulu, this is little old snakes, dehydrated, no fiber, like baby poo. Sticky and smelling, like the type that you could smell from a mile away.
if you have a problem with what's coming out of you, this is a PSA. If you have cause for concern about something coming out of your body, go and see a health professional. Just go and do that.
This food clogging me up down here. So I was like, okay, I know what's going on. I'm just gonna go get some vegetable when I get off this toilet. Well, I was on the toilet and I'm like, oh my God, it's so smelly. And I get up and I look. I always look at my number 2. Do you? I always like to see. I like to examine where I'm at. You know, like they say, meet the person halfway. I meet my body halfway. I say, what you doing down there today? So, anyways, I used the bidet, which is attached to the toilet seat, and I kind of lean forward and I let the water splat. And clean everything off. Well, it wasn't cleaning diddly squat because it was so sticky and slimy and so dehydrated. These torpedoes stuck on my hole. So, okay, I had to get a toilet paper. Well, the toilet paper got stuck because they just ripped because it's like bubble gum on my hole right now. I used the bidet again, clean it off, and I'm like, no, I just use a baby wipe. So I get the baby wipe and I'm going back there and I'm cleaning and, you know, I'm trying to get the number 2 off. And then, oh my goodness, one of these 2 fingers, I don't know which one, which is why I'm holding my vegetable this way. One of these 2 fingers, oh, it smells like number 2.
Wash your hands. We're in a pandemic. You shouldn't need that as a reason to wash your hands after visiting the bathroom. But, you know, it reinforces washing your hands multiple times a day, dozens of times a day. Everything you touch, wash your damn hands. Particularly when it's human waste.
Finger glided on along the hole. The finger went, oh, like it glid, and then went right on my hole. And both my fingers touched the poo, the number 2. There was no number 2 or number poo, anything on it. I don't see. Do you see? I didn't wash my hands. That's the thing, because I was like, I need lettuce, I need fiber, I need it right now.
Wash your hands.
And I went straight to the kitchen, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure, because I didn't wash my hands, but oh, they both smell like number 2. And
wash your hands.
I went to the fridge. I only used my right hand while I'm carrying this camera with to open up the fridge. I got this. I'm so excited. But I'm like, I don't want to touch it. I want to touch it. But I can't wash my hands right now because I really need it.
You absolutely can wash your hands, and you can wash that damn lettuce.
Instant body beach. There might still be number 2, number poo still on my hole. I don't know if I got it off with the paper wipe. It's sticky like baby poo. If this went into my lungs, you know you can get a lung infection.
There are more important concerns right now, Nick, than the hypothetical of lettuce being lodged into your lungs.
Surgery, get the food out of your lungs. So I'm holding my lettuce like this. This is romaine heart. So if you're ever clogged, eat fiber, it'll push it out. But my fingers smell.
There are other methods to getting fiber in your system, especially is it soluble fiber? One of them. Just go get some Metamucil. Like, just go get. I bump fiber up in my diet using selenium husks because I make a really cute. Just to distract from this, I make a really cute kind of pudding ice cream replacement, which is based on like 0.5% fat Greek yogurt, protein powder, selenium husk. And I use dehydrated peanut butter, which is lower in calories. They remove quite a bit of fats from it. And then mix that up, throw in some selenium husks, a little bit of stevia, and usually like raspberries or blueberries, kind of taste like PB&J. Yeah, there are better ways to, sorry, not necessarily better, but there are a multitude of ways to introduce fiber to your diet that don't involve shoving a lettuce down your throat.
I can smell them from here, like a baby diaper. Disgusting. And look at this. I didn't wash this either. This should be washed. This little layer, oh, can't touch you with those fingers. This little layer should be, you know, moved. Taken off. I didn't do it. Oops. So that's where I'm at. Meet people halfway. You meet me halfway. I don't feel like getting up to wash my hands. My butt is really sticky, full of poo on my hole. And there's nothing really to do about it. I'm also very tired. This is a hard challenge. Hi. Hello.
So this all happened like in between these two setups. God damn it.
You guys, it's kind of crazy. Pizza, which I just heated up. I just refried these.
Guys, to the commenters, do we think he washed his hands?
I just refried the cheese curds, which are hot and steamy. Cheers, everybody. And I'm going to be doing questions for my Instagram. So this is a Q&A video. And this will you'll probably see the real version of me eating and chatting with you while I do the Q&A on my second channel. So just search Nick Avocado 2.
Probably not going to watch.
Or Nick Avocado 3. One of the two. 2 or 3? This is on the first. Okay, so let's have a bite of pizza, because I'm really craving pizza. Mmm. Mmm.
I do kind of live for this music while this is happening. For some reason. It's kind of like that, like easy EDM that you would hear. Like during a spin class. Not that I've been to a spin class for like a decade, but kind of live. Oh, that's a tonal shift.
Okay, I just woke up. Alexa, turn on lamp 1.
So you had a mid-afternoon.
I just woke up.
That...
Hi. I look horrible. I just projectiled a poopy all over the toilet seat. It smells like baby poop. Like I must say, I do mukbangs for a living. I eat a lot of junk for a living. And you know, when the food comes out, it's never like this. Baby, like changing baby's diaper. It's really horrible. So I just woke up. I did not think I would sleep this long.
Does he have a lot of history? Like, I don't think he's got family in Florida. Is it? That's where he lives. I don't know whether or not he has extended family where he would get to experience a lot of what a baby produces. Goddamn.
So I still have 8 hours left or whatever. I'm gonna go on the treadmill. I'm going to shower and I'm gonna try to finish. Orly was watching a lot of what I was eating. He says, Nick, because you had so much food in front of you, it looks like you barely ate it. But he's like, Nick, you ate 2 donuts, 4 slices of pizza, 5 chicken wings, you know, a whole...
Fun fact, I'm just staring at his facial hair. I think Nick probably shaves while he's in the shower. I say that because it was a thing that I did, because it stopped me having to find a reflective surface to shave. Fun fact.
Whole thing of cheddar cheese curds. He's like, you still ate so much, you know, and I'm like, okay, I hopefully just one more This is really hard. This is really hard to eat. I don't even have appetite right now. I don't even have appetite. And my body...
I wonder if he remembers what it's like to feel hungry. Because I certainly forgot over a decade of treating myself poorly. Yeah, I really do wonder if he recognizes the feeling of hunger.
Body is swelling from the sodium, so I'm gonna go on the treadmill for an hour today. An hour just walking, and then look at my face. Look at my face. I mean, it is so much water weight. I'm turning pink. I literally am turning pink. I'm turning red. Well, and then I'm gonna have some pumpkin, which is very low in calories but high in potassium. And then, because that doesn't fill me up. Volume never fills me up. It's always calories. So, and then I'm gonna do...
I mean, enough volume will literally fill you up. Yeah.
One last mukbang and hopefully hit 10,000. And I have how much time? Okay, we have like 8 hours or something. Really horrible feeling. I feel horrible. I feel tight. I feel tightness in my arms. I feel tight. It's sodium hypertension. This is not good.
That's just for display. No doubt. Also, what is this setup behind him? He's got like oranges and mandarins and rock melon, also known as cantaloupe, on a like industrial shelving unit in front of a sliding glass door. And I think that's a water filter. And there's flowers there. Like, what is this setup? What is this purpose? Also, I really like his apartment. Like, I think it's clean and much more modern than the like 100-year-old building I live in. Yeah, his design choices are strange.
53 minutes, so that is over 1 hour. And now I'm gonna go have some pumpkin, which is high in potassium, but low in calories. Whew, I'm catching my breath. But yeah, so I kind of want to share this little tip for you guys. A lot of people don't eat sufficient amounts of potassium. Actually, I think they say like 90% of Americans are not meeting their basic needs of potassium levels, which is very important for your kidneys and your heart, and getting rid of water weight, getting rid of that excess sodium. It's important to have that balance, and a lot of people just eat the salt and that's it. But so don't worry about eating too much. There's fiber that regulates the potassium, and there's a lot of people that are afraid of eating potassium, but for it to be lethal, it has to be very intense, very fast, and it's impossible with all the fiber present in vegetables and fruits. So anyways, I want to throw pumpkin out there because it's very affordable. You know, people, when you Google potassium foods, you get kale and baby organic spinach and beet greens and all of these expensive, nasty tasting foods. Let's be honest, no one really enjoys eating those leaves. They don't. Plus, do you digest them?
I mean, you can't say no one enjoys eating X or Y. No doubt there are people out there who absolutely love it. For me, really enjoy a baby spinach salad, and like, you know, sauteing it with eggs for breakfast or whatever. It's great.
And obtain their nutrient value. If you don't cook them, probably not, because there's plant cellulose in them. So you have to cook them, and then it just becomes slimy. Cooked spinach becomes like a slime ball. It's horrible. So pumpkin is a great alternative because it actually tastes good. I've tried the yellow variety, I've tried the green variety, and I've tried the orange variety. The orange variety is my favorite. It's what they use for pumpkin pie. It's cheap. It's so cheap. It's very low in calories, and you're not going to get too much vitamin K too. For someone my size, I don't want to thicken my blood too much, you know.
So this is the point of the video where he's like, I know about nutrition, I just choose to not listen to my own advice.
You know, because that's what happens with the greens. They have a blood thickening property, good for blood clots. But if you're overweight and your blood's thick, you don't need help with that. You know, your blood's too thick and stuff. So not only that, but there's anti-nutrients in greens, and you can go back and forth with the debate whether it's good for you, bad for you, cook them out, not cook them out. But I do feel better with the
Tell you this right now, leafy greens are better for you than like a Big Mac.
pumpkin that I do eating the cruciferous family specifically. So you save money, it's more enjoyable, and it's low calories, just like the greens. Maybe not
the irony of this dialogue happening in the same capacity where he said, oh, I spent over $100 on fast food for this day.
as much, but I mean, what I just ate was probably 30 calories. It's very low, look it up. So anyways, a little pro tip.
I think pumpkin's a little bit more calorie dense than like 30 for a bowl. I only think that because it skews towards the end of white starch, like potato. It kind of falls that way. Things like spinach and even broccoli and asparagus and things, like almost negligible amounts of calories.
I literally feel the salt on my lips coming out. And from the sweat, I feel my sweat is so salty. Yeah. So I'm gonna have another bowl or two and kind of like force this pumpkin in. And then take a shower, and then...
Don't force food. Just don't. Like, don't. If you can't find a purpose or usefulness for the food, just stop stretching out your stomach.
We got to eat again, honey.
Cheers, everybody. I had to heat everything up. This was such a struggle, low-key. Okay, everything fried, microwaved, deep fried, air fried, crispified. Mmm. It's time to eat. I counted this up. I have 1.5 pizzas here. I still have 12 tacos. I have 10 donuts.
Jeez.
Footlong sub, which I don't know if I'll eat. Some chicken in here. We have mozzarella sticks. We have cheese curds. Mmm. Oh. We got some mac and cheese. And we got pizza. Is this enough food? I'm gonna put this down here. Is this enough food? Oh, and I got crazy bread, which I just heated up. Ooh. Oh, that smells good. If you've never had crazy bread before, it is so tasty. Ooh, ouch, ouch. Ooh, hot and steamy. Hot and steamy. We got donuts. We got 50 little donut holes over here. And we got some Zaxby's chicken. Cheers. Mmm. The lemon cool off right. Ooh, ow. I'll keep it here so it stays hot.
I can never take his opinion on food all that seriously, because all of this being eaten at the same time would just start tasting the same. Everything would just taste like sugar and fat. And you wouldn't be able to delineate like spice or structure or anything. it would literally all just start tasting the same. And that's why whenever he like coats things in cheese, it's like, that's all you're tasting. You're tasting like bitter, gross cheese sauce. You're not actually able, but then again, it's takeaway, so he's not going into the finer points of food here. He's just eating 10,000 calories.
Okay, I'll flip it over too. Cheers, let's feast. That's good. So this, I added up the calories. This is already over 6,000 calories. Almost 7,000 calories right here. So this challenge is gonna be more than 10,000 calories.
Yes.
I might put this the 15 or 20,000 calories, but I don't know if I can eat it all.
I thought he was gonna count them.
But we're gonna try. Ooh, hot and steamy.
It's a shame.
Cheers. Ranch. Ranch. So this is gonna be fast forwarded. If you want to see the real mukbang, just click the link down below. I'll probably pin it or actually no, I won't.
We should just cut them out of this video entirely. Here we go.
I'm gonna take my time to enjoy this, so it will be fast forwarded. I'm probably gonna stay here for an hour and a half, try to get this all in. But I feel like I can. You guys, my underwear is getting tighter and tighter. I'm getting so overweight.
Yeah, so I feel that. With mine, I ended up getting like a spandex latex blend, and still have them, and they still fit because they just stretch and shape, which is great.
I have no idea what's going on.
They don't look great.
Why am I gaining weight? I don't know.
Useful. It makes me sad. It must just feel so bad after this. Like, just sick. Damn sauce. Like, I think it's 80 calories a cup. He's gonna finish it. He's gonna eat everything. So he says that it's like an hour to an hour and a half, and I understand that that's like quite prolonged. It's still just like a continuous bump in his blood sugar would be like that's the blood sugar. Literally.
A big thank you to my patrons for supporting this video and my executive producer, Alizi Easy, for more mukbangs and other content not allowed on YouTube.
That's so great. I do watch Alizi. I think she's got a great sense of humor, and she tends to be quite quite dry and British. I'm so happy that she got the executive producer. For those of you who don't watch her, she what did she drop, like 200 pounds or 300 pounds or something, to get the highest tier on his Patreon, which gave her access to like a whole heap of stuff, including an executive producer credit, which were limited to like only 2 or whatever. She has a video on it. I'll try and link it in the description below. Oh my god, that makes me so happy my YouTube bubbles are just are me.
YouTube, join my community over on Patreon. Must be age 18 or older. And for something more personal, get a video from me on Cameo, where we can also DM each other and chat one-on-one. Patreon and Cameo are linked down below.
All right, and that was the video, I guess. The end made me very happy. Congratulations on the executive production credit, Lizzie. But yeah, that's it. I've spoken previously that I don't necessarily enjoy reacting to purely mukbang content, only because there's just not a lot there to speak on, unless they're cooking as well, in which case I very much enjoy that. There's only so many times I can say, that's a lot of food, why are you eating that? You could make that at home, or whatever. Nick's instance is a little bit different. A little bit different in that I think he's got like a really sordid, troubled content history, and I kind of find that interesting to unwrap, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. And he's in the same boat as other mukbangers in that he's not necessarily showing so much of his life. He has literally filled his life with food to make YouTube content. So anyway, that's it from me. Another long form. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.